Joey Logano was trying to get by on the inside. You'll see Joey coming along here. Thinks Kyle's going to stay up next to the wall, but the car comes down, and that is amazing.
Yeah, Joey was all the way on the apron.
He felt like Kyle was probably going to stay outside up next to the wall, but the car was just coming down the hill. And look at that 22 car just goes airborne. What an impact. Well, he is, and he is right up against that wall, but he made the pass. Oh, trouble.
Hard, the wall goes William
Byron noses in heavy.
Byron went in hard.
Oh. Matt Kent's has piled into Byron right to the 14 car right at the end there. 24 set down here on fire. 37, the 1. That was a huge wreck.
Oh boy, they're 4 wide there.
Byron on the bottom.
He just gets loose underneath.
He just starts spinning out, gets into the.
Oh, man, it just.
Oh my gosh, the car almost went over.
Just hooked, nosed in.
How many times have we seen a car land on top of Ryan Newman?
Ryan Newman? Yep.
I mean, that's 2 or 3 times I can remember.
Too many.
Chase. Pretty mad right now. I don't want to talk right now. There's Chad. Pretty dejected right there. There on the high side, he just gets a little bit loose.
Boy, Mark just somehow squeezes by. Wow.
Jimmy Johnson up on the high side. He gets loose and gets in them marbles a little bit. Wow.
Clear. Yellow's out.
Trouble. Kyle Busch into the wall.
Yellow's out. Yeah, right.
Brian Vickers also involved.
Just fine and dandy.
That thing's destroyed in front.
The third place driver in the championship starting the day, who started at the back in a backup car at a track that has been his idol.
Getting crowded up there in the front right now with the 42. Oh,
Whoa,
trouble. Big
crash. Danica Patrick and Joey Logano and Eric Almirola.
Holy smoly. Oh, heavy damage there on Danica. Oh man, it looked like the 22 just got loose.
I think that.
Oh man, what a ride that Danica went on.
Danica took a heck of a ride into the wall, and then the 43 just plowed in there.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. I think he committed to the outside lane. Pretty big impact by the 43. As you could see, Almirola sitting in his car. He hadn't quite gotten out. Oh,
right front. Yeah, I saw it blow the fender up.
I think that was a brake rotor.
Are you thinking what?
Yeah, and that's why it turned left. I think that disintegrated the right front brake rotor. Right as he went to the brakes, you saw it come through the hood, and what that do? It just turned the car to the left because all it had was left front brake.
Here is Brian Vickers. He's sideways. It looks like he's trying to save it. Oh my! Look at this look. Wow.
Kenseth scooting by there.
We got a spinner, and it's Clay Greenfield and Johnny Sauter. Friesen is involved. Majeski, maybe even Natalie Decker there got tangled up in it. A big hit from Sauter, and there's Jinjo Cobb with the 44 of Decker. There's some of those trucks that just came to pit road.
Said he didn't think it could get any worse, but unfortunately for Johnny, it did just get worse.
The first truck I saw go spinning was the 68, the blue truck on top of your screen, and yes, he got turned by Tanner Gray. Tanner probably just trying to give him a draft push down into the first turn, and
Johnny Sauter's truck was like a pinball.
Drafting help for our race
there
leader.
he goes. He's
Austin Wayne Self sideways. Can he save it?
No.
There's contact, and we're under caution for the 3rd time tonight. Big crash. Oh my. That was the 06 of James Swanson who came firing in.
impact on the 06 as well as the 22.
Look at all the damage to Austin.
The window
Wayne
net
Self.
is down, and that is great to see. What an incredible hit.
Good news, you see the intrusion plates on the side of that car. You see it took all the sheet metal off the outside, but the ARC officials require the intrusion plates, they call them, right there on the door.
Heavy damage to his car. He's definitely out of the race.
The number 22 is sideways, and it looks like Snyder's going to spin.
Boy, Majeski does an amazing job getting by. As does
Gus Dean made it through there, but it looks like the 10 and the 6 made contact, and that puts Weatherman hard in to that number 22 of Myatt Snyder. A lot of damage for Kyle Weatherman.
Chase comes down a little bit. They make a little bit of contact. Loosens up the 22 of Snyder.
Boy, I thought he was going to be able to save it on that very first time, but then the car just got away. And as he goes up the racetrack.
24, and around goes the 77 of Jones, almost up over the wall as they hit hard. The 20 of Kenseth involved, as is the 1 of McMurray. A big wreck coming out of turn 2.
You see it coming off turn 2, and Eric Jones, car gets loose, puts a little bit too much wheel back to the right, and basically head on into the wall, and then major impact behind, got him up in the air.
I think that was Daniel Suarez perhaps that made the first impact. It looked like the 19 car, that orange and white car.
But as we mentioned, the 20 involved, the 1 of Jamie McMurray, both involved in the playoffs, part of the round of 12.
There's the big hit right there for the 20 car.
Just took place. It was Lofton that got into the side of that 52. And up and over he went. But just before we saw that, it looked as though Mason Mitchell in the 6 was slow on the racetrack, maybe saw the 52 sliding.
You see the 52 is around sideways. He tried to exit the corner high coming off turn number 2. Lost a little bit of rear
spot, but this is why the caution came out.
Oh my.
Wow. You saw that tire come off. Tire bouncing down the racetrack.
Chase is going to be able to push that Atlanta car back out front. More wrecking.
And around goes the 95 and the 37.
Hard hit.
Oh, the wall.
Oh my goodness. Oh, awful.
Ryan Preece in the 37.
Fantastic. That's Ryan talking.
Glad to hear that.
Put the winning it down. Man, that's good to see.
Yeah.
That was scary. That's one of those wrecks that when you're watching it, or especially if you're Ryan Preece in that car, the angle at which you're approaching that inside wall was a violent crash. Scary.
Almost upside down. We see the 17. And look at the AMR team right there. And how about that? Frustration to climb out of the car, but still, man, what a hard hit. And glad to see.
Sideways. Townley and Nemechek get together, and the caution is out. More contact.
Crashing on the top, crashing on the middle.
Big hit for Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, John West Townley, who was trying to save his truck, made contact with Parker Kligerman, turned him straight into that.
Made a kind of an erratic move, and the car just jumped out from under.
Well, very similar to what happened to Kyle Busch on the first lap of practice yesterday morning. Kyle Busch.
Stay low, ease up here, ease up, get down, keep coming.
When it does.
Oh, hard into the wall, Sterling Marlin, a vicious crash.
And he's coming down to the inside and stopped just before he got to the inside wall.
Caution is out. Sterling Marlin had the hard crash at Richmond a couple of weeks back that he has been beaten up from and still trying to get over. Said today on Discover Card Countdown to the Green he was only at 90% even after a few weeks from that crash. And now today he pounded the outside wall in turn 2.
Marty? Well, and Dave, a very dejected Jeff Burton came on the radio. He said, I did the best I could. I tried to get checked up, but I just couldn't do it in time. I did not mean to hit him, but I did hit him, but just barely.
One of the Chase contenders, has had back-to-back top 5 finishes, and he is head on to the wall here on lap 27.
It's a weird place to get in a wreck right there at the end of the straightaway.
Yeah, he's parked right at the entry of turn 3 right now at the bottom of the racetrack and really has wiped the whole front of that car clear off.
Hearing there may have been some contact on the racetrack. Let's see what happened. Did he have some contact from behind?
Oh, looks like Junior really got into the back of him hard.
You know, this is the difference between this car and the car tomorrow. The car tomorrow, the bumpers line up perfect. And it looks like Junior just gave him just a little tap coming down the straightaway to kind of help pick his speed up. And it lifted the back of his car up, and he just flat lost control of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right there. He definitely had the momentum going. And it looks like he could have gotten a little tap and a little distance down the straightaway. You can see a lot. Man, that...
Oh, there's a big wreck. Huge wreck.
Hard into the wall. Matt DiBenedetto. He gets tagged by Austin Dillon.
See him. And something was broke.
I saw Logano in the back of the, kind of the back of the shot. His car was turning right, going to the wall. Wow. He's in the lane, and all of a sudden his car is going to it's going to go to the right. Right there, he had to get off the gas. He went right because when he lifted, the 4 got into the back of him, but Joey having a problem. And that started all of this.
Clear. Inside. Inside. Still outside.
And Austin Dillon, looks like he had a good run on the outside, and he just, nothing he could do. Matt with a big hit.
It's almost like the 22 had a left front tire go flat. So looking at that before he hit the fence, the left front looks really low.
He comes down the hill and hits that 51, and that turned him in. That turned him right into Gilliland when he did that, and it was a hard.
Across the stripe.
Oh, he's gonna get loose.
And sideways, Ryan Blaney goes. Does he keep it out of the wall? Brushes the back of that truck, and behind him he gets hit hard.
Johnny Sauter flew in there.
He might have had some help. Johnny might have got hit from behind.
Yeah, there was 2 trucks that came up on the accident scene.
Ryan Blaney looked as though he was going to save it, at least from hitting the wall hard, and then came the 0-2.
That might explain why Johnny Sauter.
Chase Elliott.
Here they come. And behind him, hard into the wall. The caution, Logano is wrecked. Did the caution come out before he got the white flag?
Incredible job by Joey Logano not to drive up the racetrack and get
Keselowski. He has to go 3 wide, 4 wide, and they just run out of real estate. Contact with the 41 up the track, catches Hemrick. Logano down there at the bottom of the racetrack as he went out of view, got caught, went through the grass. This will be a great look at the 22 right here at the top of your screen, that bright yellow car. He's going to come into screen and gets pushed down to the grass.
Now, how much damage did that 22 have? The bad news is Chase Elliott can go still win this race.
All clear. Checking up on the far wall there. Keep on low. Come on, low. Keep on low.
So now it's a battle. Now it's a battle between Keselowski and Logano. They have to assume that Chase Elliott's going to win this race, and see, he gets loose right
Sideways,
there,
yeah,
and ends up overcorrecting and hits the wall really hard impact.
It's right along with Jeff Gordon.
So hard as a driver when you have to turn the wheel back right. If you don't, you're going to spin out. But when you turn the wheel back right and the front tires catch, this is what happens.
Good, and Tony Stewart is in trouble.
Oh, Tony Stewart, what everyone hoped would not happen, and he has trouble, and he gets the 99 car involved.
Man, I tell you, that was just a bad decision right there. Leave him out there. I was worried about that.
10th caution flag today, and Tony Stewart has had a bad day go to worse, and not a great day now for the 99 car because he was caught in that situation. With 175. Here comes the 2 car.
It looks like Tony was having some problems right there, struggling up against up high, and the 2 car just had too much momentum on him.
Carl Edwards was on the high side, and he was trying to have nowhere to go, and Tony's car spun up, and Carl just goes right into it. So damage on the front of the 99, and there's the heavy damage on the back of the two-time.
Yeah, we see the tires flat on the left front. Tony probably had that tire go down and trying to get out of the way, and 2-car got into the back of it. Yeah, that's exactly. You see the sparks flying out from under the car. Nowhere for Kurt Busch to go.
That's a great pickup, Andy. The tire going down, and suddenly Tony slows up, and there's nowhere for Kurt to go right behind.
Yeah, not totally unintentional by Kurt Busch. Tough break for